Yes, guys, and welcome back to We Are Tottenham TV for yet another pre-match pump-up in what is a must-win game against Southampton tonight if we want to keep the driving seat in the top four race. Look, it's not going to be an easy game. Well, actually, I do think it's going to be an easy game, and I'm going to tell you why in a few minutes. Just sit by and sit back, relax, and let me tell you why. I have a few stats on Southampton. They do not travel away from home. But before they're away from home but before we do get into it, everybody, make sure you smash the like on this stream. Make sure you smash that subscribe button as well. The big push for 1 million is on, and I'm not going to stop until it's done. I'm going to die trying, just like Harry Kane for the cause for top four. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. And everybody, feel free to get your super chats in. I will see them and I will discuss them, and we'll have a good talk on it. If anybody does want to come on and have their say, which I'd be very grateful if you did to help me out, simply click on the community section. The link is up there, and get on and have your say with me here today. Just a few things to get into. So, of course, the injury news is that Ollie Skip is out, Japhet Tanganga is out, and Eric Dyer is out. And stay tuned for live lineups. They should be out in about just underneath a half an hour's time. So we will get them to you as soon as they are out. For Southampton, Lyanku, Nathan Tella, and are both out. Armando Broja, the guy that's on loan from Chelsea, the Armenian that's scoring the goals at the minute, we're not exactly sure on him. It is going to be down to a late fitness test. He will have to be assessed. Of course, guys, it is a 7:45 p.m. kickoff today. We are at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Straight after this pre-match pump-up, I'll be taking you all the way through to the watch-along, and whoever's in the studio today, I don't even care who's in there because I know it's going to be an absolute brilliant watch-along. Make sure you stay tuned for it, and they'll be bringing you all the way through to the post-match fan show. More coverage on here than what Sky and BT Sports do, so make sure you do stay tuned. Referee today is David Koo, so make sure you jot that name down. And in the VAR room, it's John Brooks, especially after Harry Kane's disallowed goal the last time. Absolutely ridiculous call. So make sure you take these two names down. And, if they make another decision like that, just get onto them. Feel free to get onto them. So absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Tottenham's last 5, we have won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. We have won each of our last 5 home games against the Saints in the Premier League, albeit without a clean sheet. Harry Kane, though, has been directly involved in 17 goals in 13 Premier League starts for Spurs against Southampton. That's scoring 11 with 6 assists, and has scored 5 goals in his last 3 at home against Southampton. So if anyone loves a little flutter at the bookies there, like I do, a cheeky little bet, get down, get Harry Kane on to score over 2.5 goals, and wait for this, get Sonny on to score as well, because Son, Heung-min, has been directly involved in 12 goals in 12 league games versus the Saints, scoring 9 and setting up 3. So, I can feel a Kane and Son telepathic partnership coming on here today. A bit like when we spanked them at 5 in their place beforehand. I definitely think a spanking is on the cards for Southampton. And let me tell you why. And some very interesting stats here. Southampton have failed to keep a clean sheet each of their last 11 Premier League matches. They have conceded 2 goals in each of their last 6 on the road as well. They've conceded multiple goals in 18 of their past 22 away league fixtures. Since the start of 2021, Southampton have conceded 57 away Premier League games, 18 more than any other team. Their only victory in 13 attempts this season against the current top half side came at West Ham on Boxing Day. So they don't beat teams in the top half, and they have let in an unrivaled 198 Premier League goals since Ralph Hasenhüttl's first game as manager of Southampton. So, guys, that tells me one thing, and that is that they do not travel well on the road. With Harry Kane's record against them, with Sonny's record against them, and with Spurs now coming into tip-top form, I really believe West Ham could be in for, or Southampton could be in for an absolute spanking here today. And we all know they love a customary 9-0 defeat. Over the last 2 seasons, it's happened. So, look, there's definitely goals to be had here today. So if I was a better man, over 2.5 goals, Harry Kane and Sonny to get on the score sheet. But I reckon we could absolutely pump them today. Maybe I'm a bit too confident. Like everyone always says, oh, Dave, you're deluded. But honestly, I do think this one is a real possibility to happen. We've a very good record against Southampton. So I can definitely see it only but a victory here today. Leon M96 Coys says Kane and Son and over 3.5 goals. It's got to be worth £5. 100% it does, my man. 100% it does. Anyone has a loose fiver knocking around, get straight down to the bookies and get it on. And then, you can come in and thank me after and say, Dave, you made me money today. You know what I mean? Absolutely love it. I think it's a sure bet. I really do think it is a sure thing. But look, I'll be honest with you guys out there. I actually think our season starts today. Everything that's happened beforehand, leave it there. Our season starts today now. We have Southampton, we have Wolves. Pick up 6 points there. We should be back inside the top 4. And then it's like top 4 is in our own destiny with the games in hand. And we've already got a lot of the bigger teams out of the way. I really do think top 4 is in our own destiny as well. With our home form. Our home form is absolutely brilliant right now, so it is. We have taken 13 points from a possible 15 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium since Conte has took charge. So we're turning the home ground into a fortress. And it seems like, to me, over the last while, that teams maybe are already, or what we're starting to build is maybe teams are already mentally defeated when they're getting on the bus, that they know they're coming in here for a hard game. They know that it's not going to be easy. And I think they're already coming here in a negative mindset, and it probably helps us. We start fast like we did against Brighton. Don't let them settle into their game, because they will try and come at us and get a nick an early goal to sit back. So if we start the way we did against Brighton and just dominate this game from start to finish, we will win this easy, hands down. We have Brandon Troller in the house. Big up, Brandon, my man. I hope you're keeping well. He says, hope all is well with you, beautiful Irish man. You would you start either Kulu or Bentancur? Could be a good day to blood them in. Wolves would be tough on Sunday. Well, first of all, big yourself up. Look, many people would call me the ugly Irish man. Beautiful. I've never heard that one before, but I'd certainly take it, my man. Absolutely love that. Would I start Kulu or Bentancur? I'll be honest with you. I would actually start Bentancur in the centre of midfield, to be honest. I think he just has what we lack in that midfield, which is someone that is cool and calm on the ball. For me, which is someone that can break the lines. He has that ball progression in him that maybe the others lack in that midfield. Harry Winks, although he has started the last 5 games, Brandon, I don't think he had the best of games against Brighton, and I think maybe Bentancur probably could come in here and start today. That is just my feeling on it. Kulusevski, look, it'd be interesting to see what he does with Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura, you'd say the last 2-3 games, the Leicester game, the Chelsea game, the Brighton game, he hasn't actually been the best. He hasn't been in the best of form. And but on the same side, he's had a very good season. So it's kind of like be interesting to see what Conte does. If he does drop him, I actually think you might see Bergwijn come in, to be honest with you. I never thought I'd be saying this, but he done well against Chelsea when he started. Yes, he had that big miss against Brighton, but I think if he does go to drop Lucas, you might see Bergwijn come in. I just think Kulusevski be on the bench, although he's put his name in the ring. He could have came off with 2 assists against Brighton if our finishing had been better. The one that Bergwijn ballooned, he laid another one on for Harry Kane. So, I mean, Conte has a lot of headaches, a lot of tough calls to make, because if he does drop Lucas and brings Kulusevski in, will that turn Bergwijn's mindset back to the way it was before? How will Lucas feel? How will Lucas' mindset be if that happens? You know, if Kulusevski doesn't get the chance to prove himself today, how will his mindset be? So Conte has a lot of headaches here, but good headaches. At least we're not talking about, oh, well, we need to rest Højbjerg, who will bring in Ndombele, Lo Celso, Dele Alli. So we have a lot of good headaches, which I think is a huge plus. But look, like I said, our season really does start here today. And we've got to go at it from the off. We've got to not let them settle. We've got to attack them. We've got to get good early quality ball into Kane, into Son, and let them put the Saints to the let them turn the Saints into the sinners. Send them down to the local church for confession for the amount of sins that Son and Kane will make them do today. I genuinely can't wait. I really am pumped up for this one. I've always said this with how frustrating and bad teams were at the start of the season and frustrating over recent times. I think some team eventually, by the end of the season, will be on the receiving end of being punished. And I think today could be today. I really do think it could be today. I'm really excited about today. But look, enough of me. I'm sure people are absolutely sick of hearing my thoughts. So let's get the first guest on. Who have we got? It's like picking out a lot of numbers. Got great people that could potentially change your life with some of their stuff, but we don't know who it is. Oh, it's my man, Tottenham Ty. Brother, how are you keeping, man? Are you there? No, I don't think Tottenham Ty is there. Honestly, he'd make a great mime artist the way he's just standing still there. Absolutely brilliant. He'd make it a bit like Nuno. A bit like Nuno standing still. Love that by Ty. Oh, he is there. We'll get him back on in a few minutes. And we'll continue with Kyle. Kyle, are you there, my man?
Oh,
I absolutely love it. Are you buzzing for the game today, man?
Yep, I'm just on my way to the game.
Oh, you're going to the game?
Yes, I am, mate.
Come on, lad. Absolutely love it. And what player are you going to shout out today? Who's Harry Kane, Sonny? Who are you going to sing? Who are you going to get behind today?
I'm probably going to get behind Sonaldo.
Sonaldo, you think he has the tools to unlock? You've seen his run against Brighton. You know, if we can get that back just with the finishing ability, I mean, Son's absolutely going to terrify them today, isn't he? Do you reckon Kyle Walker-Peters still has nightmares of what Sonny done to him last time in that 5? I think it was 5-2, that 5-2 game where he just came in off Walker-Peters the whole time.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, after what he did the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely spot on, my man. Spot on.
Son got 4 goals. Let's hope Kane and Son can link up again in this game. 4 assists from Kane and 4 from Son. Then, let's win this. I'm going for a 5-0 win.
You're going for the big one, Kyle. I absolutely love that, lad. I absolutely love that, my man. I really do. It's brilliant. But come here. Do you think any of our new signings will get their first start in the Premier League today?
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to start? Kulu, Bentancur, or both?
I think it'll probably be Bentancur. I think he will start.
You think he's going to come straight in for Harry Winks, even though he started the last 5 straight?
Yeah, I think he'll come in for Harry Winks.
Why is that, my man?
Like, Winks has probably had, I don't know, quite a few good games, but maybe give our new signing a chance to start, to make their home Premier League debuts tonight. Let them start. one of them start. I mean, yeah. Then Winks maybe come on and score wealthy again.
Yeah. For sure. I hope so. I really do hope so. Kyle, also Romero came off in the last game against Brighton with a bit of cramp. Do you think he could be rested today and safe for Wolves, or do you think he starts today? Oh, are you there, Kyle?
I think
no.
probably
start. Oh, you are there.
Yeah, I think I'll probably start. Yeah.
Yeah. And how good was he? How good was he against Brighton? And do you think he can continue that on into today's game?
Yeah, I think he can continue that into tonight's game, and score score a few goals, and then roll on Sunday against Wolves at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So hopefully he can continue tonight, and then
for
it'll
sure.
be nice.
For sure. Look, Kyle, I think we're having a bit of internet connections here. So, look, my man, I'm going to let you go and enjoy the game. But before you do, give us a big come on, you Spurs. No, I think we've lost Kyle. We'll keep moving on. Honestly, so many of these Spurs fans, it's the thoughts of a big win coming in today that's affecting the internet. You know, that Daniel Levy doesn't want the Spurs fans thinking a big win is incoming for sure. But look, we'll keep moving. Who have we got on next? Brandon Troller, my man. How are you keeping?
Oh,
you keeping well, brother?
Hello. How are we?
I'm absolutely buzzing. What's your thoughts ahead of today's game, my man?
What a day. It's going to be a good day.
No, it is. It's going to be a great day. But what's your thoughts ahead of today's game?
Oh, every once in a while, pre-match, you just get that feeling. You get that feeling that Kane's about to explode. He's a ticking time bomb, and everyone else should be on red alert, especially Mr. Hasenhutel. Ralph, he's coming for you. He's coming for your mom. He's coming for your sister. Oh, he's coming from your dog. He's going Kurt. No, he's not going Kurt Zuma. Let's never speak of that man again. Seriously, how did Kurt Zuma play yesterday? That's nonsensical. Seriously, come on now. West Ham should be ashamed of such a thing. But enough about the bubbly men. Seriously, this is going. Everyone should be excited beyond belief, out of their minds, over the moon. Seriously, it's going to be a beautiful day. There's nothing else really to it, you know.
No, I definitely think so. But look, we were touching on Harry Kane, so let's talk about him. For me, right, his hair is on point. It's absolutely beautiful. Nice shave around the sides, good length on top. Good amount of volume in the hair as well. But not only does his hair look good, Brandon, he is looking, I think, in the best shape I've seen him yet, to be honest with you. I think he's looking a lot slender looking. I think he looks a lot sharper. He's moving a lot better. And I actually think we have the old Harry Kane back, but in his best physical shape yet. And I think it's scary what he's going to do between now and the end of the season. What do you think?
I mean, I genuinely believe that even though he's been firing pretty close to on all cylinders for the past 2 years, barring the beginning of this season, right? He's been constantly nagged by all these injuries, right?
Yeah.
And I believe that even though it's a little bit of a shame that we've had 4 or 5 matches postponed or whatever is going to happen to them, that actually might play into his hand a little bit because it's given him some of the much needed rest that have been kicking on his back door for years, you know?
Yeah.
And let's try and take some positives out of our, maybe say thank you to Arsenal for pulling that nonsense move they did a few weeks back. Because let me tell you, you're spot on. Harry Kane, he could have gotten a hatful of goals over the past couple of games. It's sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. Even last time he played Southampton, I think last time he played Southampton, that's the day you can mark, all right, Harry Kane might be back.
Yeah.
Harry Kane might be back. And I think today against Southampton is the day he solidifies it, announces himself back to the world, said, hey, Y'all been sleeping on me for way too long. Let's get it rolling here. Come on, Tottenham. Come on. Big up Harry Kane. Let's do it.
I absolutely love that. I do. And plus, the disallowed goal, the VAR goal, I actually think I think punishment is more in his mind today, to be honest. And I just be Southampton. I think they're going to be on the receiving end of something special today from Harry. I really do. But another player that loves goals against Southampton is Sonny. I think I said it was 9 goals and 3 assists, I think. 12 goals and 12 appearances against them. Unbelievable. Although
he's another sleeping giant,
He did miss a sitter against Brighton. Do you think he'd be back to his clinical best today in front of goal?
I know that Conte came out and said, Son's 100% fit again. Fantastic. Doesn't mean he's 100% match fit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Doesn't mean that he's got that sharpness. I think today could be a great step for him to eventually get there sometime soon. Who knows? Maybe he is, but I think this it's a different type of game for Harry Kane than it is for Kane and Son. For Harry Kane, it's a statement game. He's gonna come out there swinging, guns blazing. Son, it's a step to his eventual statement game, because these two guys, people are forgetting, right? These two guys are two of the top, in my opinion, 10 attackers in the world. Definitely top 5 attackers in the Prem. And you look at their numbers, you look at their impact they've had on their team over the past couple of years. I don't think there's any debating those statements right there. And my biggest question really is, you got Lucas, Stevie B, and Kulu, right? Who's gonna grab that third spot by the balls? Who's gonna come out on top? Seriously, I'm excited. We've got a top 4 race on, but we've also got a top 3 race within our own club. And by the end of the season, I got a feeling that we're finally gonna get that third attacker solidified. And I feel bad for Lucas, because he's been a fantastic servant since he's came to the club.
Yeah,
He obviously stepped up in some big moments. Consistent's maybe not the right word, but at least he's always out there fighting. He's fighting like a little pit bull. Oh, he might be a small pit bull, but don't get me wrong. Don't ever tell me with Lucas. But how's he going to respond? Because we kept Stevie B. We made a statement by doing that. Could have sold him off to Ajax for maybe 25-30. And we brought in Kulu. Either it's going to light that fire beneath Lucas, or we've got a new third attacker on our hands. It's a beautiful situation to be in, really. I mean, you look across the other top 6 or top 8 clubs, whatever you want to call it now, and you start to look at our attacking depth, and you realize, barring Man City and probably Liverpool, no one else really has the depth in attack that we have, at least from players that have historically performed for the club. You look at Chelsea, of course, they have a crazy amount of depth, right? But they've got a bunch of guys who've not really lived up to their billing.
Yeah.
Quite yet. Kulu, you can't say one way or the other. Stevie has, in all fairness, not lived up to his billing. But I would say Lucas has. For the price we got him for, and for the kind of player we think he's got to be, he has been a great servant. I want to see him come out biting. I want to talk about Lucas for today. I want him to make a statement. He's got to make a statement soon too, Yeah.
No, you're absolutely spot on. And I will get back to that. But Wolves F1 says, come on, you Spurs, win today. And a bit less, he wants a bit less hunger on Sunday from Tottenham because he's a Wolves fan. No way, my man. Honestly, I can't wait to feed the Wolves. I know you're hungry. I can't wait to stuff you, to be honest with you, my man. Big up. Really do appreciate the support, and I'm glad you're behind Tottenham getting the win today, brother. But Brandon, you actually make a very good point about the depth we have in them sort of positions, and that we have 3 players there, and it's kind of like who's going to come out on top. But to be honest with you, whoever does come out on top of that race, whether it's Bergwijn, Lucas, or Kulu, I think you're going to get someone who really will add to what Harry Kane and Son has with goals and assists, because whoever comes out on top of that will have to produce output. So I think you actually make a great point there, Brandon. Big yourself up, man. But look, let's move into actually just quickly. Do you think Lucas starts today? That's what I want to know.
I think he does. I don't want him though. I love Lucas, but I want to see Kulu given a proper go right away. Throw him into the fire. You know, maybe not the fire. Maybe throw him into the the pit with a few embers still lit. But you know, I see something in Kulu. I think I see it's quite a dilemma because Kulu I think complements Son and Kane best out of the three.
Yeah.
Right? I think Lucas is the best link between the midfield, especially given our lack in creativity in the midfield out of the three. And then I think Stevie B is the greatest threat moving forward on his own out of the three. So they all bring something, in my opinion, completely different to the table, right? Yeah. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. We don't have any carbon copies in our attackers. That's a really, really great thing, you know.
And look, Brandon, if ports are to be believed, could be adding another one this summer in Gareth Bale. If the reports are to be believed that he wants to come and see out, he wants one more year left, and he wants to come and see it out at Tottenham. So, look, that'd be very interesting. But I think that's a conversation for no. Fuck it, we'll get into it, Brandon. Screw it. You know, Gareth Bale, my man. You know, would you be happy to see him come back?
You know, I was gutted to see him go. I really was, and you know, I know he had his detractors while he was here. But the man was never, he just plain simple, was never given a proper go at it. And whenever he was, it's not as if he disappointed. He had plenty of goal contributions, plenty for a man getting the minutes. I think he had in the top 5 of goals assists per minutes in the Prem last year, if I'm not mistaken. You know, he's not the player he used to be, which is maybe what frustrated some Spurs fans. But he's a much more clinical finisher. He's a much smarter player. He's a much better passer of the ball. He doesn't have the pace, but I think that he could be a different type of player for us next year. If we were to get him on a free and we were able to go and focus our funds into other areas of the squad, which clearly still need improving, I think that's a beautiful situation. And I don't know about the reports of Eriksen, but I would love to bring him back too. You know, I mean, these are two guys I think that are not finished, that have been written off by unfortunate situations. One that Bale sort of, you could argue, have caused for himself. The other, which is completely, you know, out of Eriksen's hands. And I think it would just be a beautiful story to bring them both back to the club and at least give them one more go out at it. At least have them be utility men for what we're hoping is gearing up to be a title run next year. Because let me tell you, if we make 1 or 2 signings in that midfield and that defense, we're starting to look scary. We're starting to look scary, and we're starting to tick to the rhythm of Conte's drum. And let me tell you, that's a loud drum. It's not easy to withstand.
Yeah. No, look, do you know what? I think we're about 4 players short of a title challenge, and I think it's more than doable in the summer. Get them done early, give Conte time to prep the squad in pre-season, get it done right. And I definitely think, you know, we could have a challenge on our hands for sure. I mean, you look at the way some of the other players have improved under Conte. I don't see why we couldn't. But look, Brandon, we are about 3 minutes out from lineup. So what I do want to know from you just quickly is do you expect many changes to be made tonight? Could we see any rotation with yet another game on Sunday against Wolves?
Conte's not a big rotation, man. He's shown that in his time as Chelsea, his time here. Would I like to see Winks or Højbjerg given a rest? Yes, because I think those are the 2 men we probably want to start against Wolves. We need that ruggedness for a Wolves match, right? That's gonna be a long distance boxing match, right? That'll go all the rounds, right? And I want to see what Bentancur brings. I really do. I don't want to see Doherty in the lineup, but I have a stinking suspicion we might see him either today or on Sunday. Yeah. It's Cess is fit, correct? Yeah.
Yep. This is fair.
I would love to see Seth given a run out today at that left wing back spot. I would love to see that change. Never put Galini back in the net. Man's done zone my eyes. But yeah, I mean, I think in defense, and here's a weird shout. I would love, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to see Joe Roden just give him one little run out in the Prem. Just give him a start. I don't think it's going to happen. You got Romero in defense. Obviously, you got to put him there, right? Yeah. I think you go Romero, Davies, Roden. You save Sanchez for Sunday. That's my opinion.
I think
you're not liking that one, no?
No, I think we're gambling there. Look, as much as I actually believe it or not, I actually don't rate Sanchez. As much as I don't rate him, I do think he's better than Joe Roden personally. I think it's a big risk. I think for me, we have to stick with the same three centre backs that we played against Brighton to be able to build up that rapport, that partnership, that knowing and understanding of each other's games, to be able to give us that solid defensive platform we will need to be able to get top four. And that's why I would probably roll them out there again today. And
we'll see. I'm not suggesting that we should be regularly starting Davinson over Roden, right? But we've got Tanganga injured.
I'm gonna have to cut you off, my man, because we have the starting lineup, but we will get back to it. Give me 1 minute. So the starting lineup today, it is Hugo Lloris in goals and captain in the side. Emerson Royale at right wing back. Sanchez, Romero, and Davies across the middle with Reguilon at left wing back. We've got Pierre-Emile Brickhouse Højbjerg in midfield alongside Harry Winks. No Bentancur today. And Lucas retains his place in the team up front with Son and Kane. And as you can see on the bench, we have Galini, Doherty, Sessegnon, Roden, White, Bentancur, Bergwijn, Kulusevski, and Scarlett. So none of the two starters starting today, which is none of the two new signings starting today, which is interesting. And it does look like that will be the 3-4-3 again. So I'm absolutely pumped for this. It's good to see no changes from the side against that start of Brighton, the one that got us off to a nice quick start. The only change I probably would have made today myself personally would have been Bentancur for Winks. But look, Bentancur hasn't been here that long. Maybe he does need to probably get up to speed a little bit more. But look, hopefully Harry Winks can have a very good game today. He has put in some good balls in behind for Harry Kane already this season, so hopefully he can do the same. The Southampton team is Fraser Forster in goals, Kyle Walker-Peters, Jan Bednarak, Mohamed Salisu, who is a walking red card. He loves them. Romain Parade, Oriol Romeo, James Ward-Prowse, Stuart Armstrong, El Yunusi, Armando Broja, and Che Adams. Interestingly, no Livramento, who I think has been absolutely outstanding for them. So no Livramento. Very, very interesting there. James Ward-Prowse, of course, the guy with 6 goals and 5 assists, mostly from set pieces. So we can't afford to give any of them away over this game. We can't afford to be clumsy. Hopefully Romero can have another one of his outstanding games where he's not giving away everything. But there you have it, guys. There is the benches for both teams. Everybody do let us know what you think about this. Oh, Roden and White are on the bench as well for Tottenham. Everybody, let us know in the chat what you think about this starting lineup. Are you happy? Are you angry? Did you want to see more changes? Did you want to see the new signing start? Or are you just like me? Sit back, relax. In Conte we trust, because you know that the Godfather has got it. That's the way I am. I don't really question any of his starting lineup. I just know that Conte is in there cooking with Paratici for sure. But Brandon, we do have some guests in the background, my man. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I love the energy you have towards Tottenham. I really do, my man. Keep supporting this club with all your heart. Die hard, Tottenham. I love it. But before we let you go, I want your score prediction. And I already want you to big shout out with a big come on, you Spurs. And maybe a quick line to get everybody pumped up for today's game.
Hold on one sec. Yeah, I'm saying a big 4-1 win today. 4-1 win.
Come on.
4-1 thrashing. Harry Kane popping up with 3. Kulu coming off the bench, whipping in an assist to Son. Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I'm excited. And, Would it have been nice to see 1 or 2 changes? Sure. Would have been nice to see a new signing start? Sure. But in Kante we trust. He is our godfather. We are nothing but small little children in the palm of his hands, and he's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful godfather to have, and we are lucky to have him. Come on, Kante. Come on, you Spurs. Let's have a fucking day. Let's do it. Come on.
Come on. Big up, my man. Big up, Brandon. And hopefully, look, I get to see you on more of these pre-match pump-ups, brother. Come on, you Spurs. What an absolute legend, Brandon. What an absolute gent. What a guy. I love the energy and the enthusiasm towards the club. He's getting me even more pumped up. That pumped up, I might have to put on a hard helmet because I'm just going to start running straight through brick walls. All you're going to see is the outline of my figure as I run through that wall, getting that pumped up. Honestly. But you know what? Because I'm a big guy, I do need that hydration. So I'm going to have to get them drink cups that you put in either side of them, just to keep myself hydrated on the move. But Skinny Fat Huey with the super chat. Love the absolute contradiction of the name. It's brilliant. He says, Bale, someone who doesn't train in a Conte squad. No, look, you make a good point there. You make a good point. But what I will say is, he's got the World Cup coming up around the corner. Did Wales make it? Not sure. But if they did, there's a World Cup coming up around the corner, and he is definitely going to want to be fit and firing and ready for that. So I would not write him off. To be honest with you, I really wouldn't write him off. I absolutely, with Bale. To be honest with you, I think he will be. I would take him. You look at how many? I think it was 14 goals last season. I think or something he added. I probably would take him in if Wales are in the World Cup with a point to prove. If Wales aren't in the World Cup, I probably wouldn't take him because it's kind of like, does he want to come back here for a quick retirement? I know Tottenham Hotspur have the putting greens around the training ground. Is that why he wants to come here? So he can maybe train to be on the way for the PGA Tour. Who knows? Guys, if there is actually no one else waiting in the background, if anyone else does want to come on and have their say, the link is up in the community section. Please feel free to come on. It would be absolutely awesome. And George Lassiter says, Bentancur needs to play with Højbjerg. What a duo. Do you know what? Someone made a great comment when I was on earlier on, and they were saying that when Højbjerg plays with Winks, he's kind of like running all over the midfield, defending both sides. But when Bentancur came down, he kind of stuck to his side because he trusts Bentancur rather than Harry Winks. And I think that was an absolute fantastic point to make. I think it was a great point to make, to be honest with you. And I think there's definitely some truth to it from what I've seen. Look, Bentancur is not starting, but all I can say, my man, is, George, is that we just got to trust Conte that he makes the right decisions. And 9 times out of 10, he does. So for me, look, I can see people are frustrated with Bentancur not coming in. But maybe we might get a nice little cameo like we got off from last week. Some little saucy skills, get us even more pumped up, give us a big raging hard on, and absolutely can't wait to see him. But what I will say is I'll actually be over for the Wolves game. Does big Bentancur, box-to-box Bentancur, does he start when I'm over there versus the Wolves? I hope so. I really do hope so because, look, I like Harry. I don't like... I like Harry Winks. No, I do like Harry Winks, but I don't like him as a player. I don't think he possesses enough to be at Tottenham where we want to go to. I just don't think he has it in him to be a natural leader, to be someone that can consistently hit the heights week in, week out that we need to be, especially now from before with City and Liverpool, how far they've took it to get where we want to go to. So for me, I just think Bentancur probably will bring in that bit of steel. But we do have 2 guests in the background. But let's get on the first one. Who have we got first? Let's get them on. And we're picking out the lottery number. And it's Sean from Spurs Talk Show. Shawnee, my man, how are you? You've won the lottery. You've won the lottery. Welcome to the pre-match pump up, brother. Tell everybody what day it is out there, my man.
It's game day!
Come on. Come on, lad. Are you absolutely buzzing to turn the Saints into the Sinners, lad? Honestly, I mean, to be honest with you, it's a good job, Sean, that their nickname is the Saints and it's not some sort of animal name with what's going on at West Ham at the minute. Honestly, we've been on about shooting birds down and everything lately.
No, we can't make any cat jokes apparently, so we're gonna walk away from that stuff, Dave. You know how the sensitivity is. So we'll walk away from that one, buddy. I'm very pumped, super pumped. Can't wait to put 4 or 5 past Southampton. I do think it's going to be a very different game to the game at when we played away at their place, and that's in no small part because Southampton's team, apart from their back 4, is largely entirely different to the team we played against them a month ago. So, what are your thoughts on the team, mate?
Do you know what? I'm very happy with the back line. I'm very happy that has stayed the same. I'm delighted Emerson. I think, although I was maybe thinking, could Conte rest players? I'm delighted he didn't, because someone like Emerson, if he would have been rested, how would he have reacted negatively, especially after off the back of a good game against Brighton? I'm delighted he's in there. Reguilon, look, I'm so happy he's there, Sean, because what he does so much unselfish running down that left-hand side, which creates the overlaps and the space for Son to be able to come inside, Harry Kane to stay in that pocket, and he does a lot of unselfish running on the overlaps, which then allows them to get their shots off. I think Romero, Davison, and Davies, look, I think we were all expecting that with Dyer being out injured, Tanganga out injured. I think we were all expecting them to be rolled out again, so I'm happy with that. The only one I'm probably not a bit happy with is Bentancur not starting over Harry Winks, but at the same time, I can get it. I mean, the guy's been here less than a week, Sean, but what's your thoughts on the starting lineup, man?
Yeah, two things. I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm fine with it. I'm at the point now with Tottenham, with the squad, that there really isn't any decision making that I'd necessarily be unhappy with. Like, apart from maybe Emerson Doherty is the only one that's a little bit kind of out there. If it's Sessegnon versus Reguilon, I love Sess. I think he's got a lot to offer when he stays fit. If he stays fit, he hasn't put in a bad shift that I can remember. And I love Reggie. The back 3 is fine as it is. The midfield 2, yeah, to your point, obviously with Skippy out, the options, there's only 3 options.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Winks' days are numbered. I was saying this to you earlier. I think that Winks' days are numbered.
I agree with you there, by the way.
Yeah, but I feel like, it's not a problem. If Bentancur's not fit or not ready for 90 minutes, then we'll see. We'll see how it goes with the 2. Southampton's midfield, I'm not too concerned that they're going to be too threatening. So I'm okay with the 2 that we've got. And then if it doesn't work out or whenever the timing is right, give Bentancur maybe 35. He only got 16 minutes last week. Give him 30, give him 35 or whatever today if we can. The only other decision, like I say, when it comes to the midfield 3, the offensive 3 in a 3-4-3, Dave, you can take your pick. We've got like a wonderful lineup, whoever gets the start.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that there's a little bit of thought gone into this regarding that in 3 days' time or 4 days' time, we've got Wolves. But I think today would have probably been a day where Lucas could have had a breather and given Bergwijn the start, personally.
Yeah.
Because I think Bergwijn needs a few more minutes, and I think against Southampton he's got a better chance of getting a goal. He's a confidence player anyway, so I would have liked to have seen him play today, and then Lucas drop to the bench.
Yeah,
and then we can flip that on its head for Wolves on Sunday. But I'm not that bothered, man. The team looks strong. I don't think we have any concerns today. I think we're going to still put 3 or 4 past them. So.
Do you know what, Sean? I agree with you about Lucas. Look, he has been poor the last 3 games we've played him. That's Leicester, Chelsea, and Brighton, where he's kind of been poor. He hasn't really been too much involved in the games, or any end product in them sort of games. But is it a case that maybe this is his last kind of chance out there today from the off to kind of impress in terms of that he has had a good season and Conte maybe wants to give him one more run out? Or
listen, who knows what the
you better hide that from Zuma, lad. You better hide that from Zuma.
Bear with me 1 second. I don't want my address getting. Who can find me? He can search for Spurs Talk Show, find my address, and come round because his cats have been taken away. He'll be around here going, "Oh, sure, Nick, can I?"
Your cat will go missing. It'll be pinching it. It'll be straight in under the arm into the car and gone. Brilliant.
No, listen. I think that Lucas. No, I don't think Lucas has got anything to prove. I think he's been fantastic for Tottenham. You know, generally, I think he's been our most consistent player over the last 12, 15 months. I do think that his form has dipped a little bit. And listen, if he's playing him today, then I hope that he's going to play Bergwijn against Wolves. I want there to be rotation at the front. I don't want Bergwijn to go back to being just a substitute at best.
Yeah.
Because the guy's a confidence player, and then making that choice about him as a character is going to eat away at the guy, And after what he's done, he has put in some good shifts. I know he missed the sitter against Brighton, and that's probably not the best last impression. But Lucas Moura does a lot of things that people don't notice. He does a lot of things off the ball. He's not always directly involved in chance creation, but he's definitely involved in the build-up play.
Yeah.
So, like I say, mate, I'm not bothered. We've got a team with an offensive options that are plentiful, and they can all play in any position, or largely most of them can play in any position across the three. So it's I'm not worried about it, but I do think that Bergwijn. If it was up to me, Bergwijn would have started and Lucas would have dropped.
Yeah.
And then we could have had Lucas or Kulu or whatever start against Wolves, but I'm not going to doubt the big man. He knows what he's doing. So.
No. Do you know what? For sure, I can understand why you want Bergwijn in there. I can definitely understand it for sure, Shawnee. DG with the super chat. He says Kulu on at 60 or 80 minutes, Benny on at 60 or 80 minutes. Or between. Looking forward to seeing them again after Brighton. Look, I'll start with this and we'll let Shawnee in on it quickly. From me, my man, Bentancur, I'm going to say 63 minutes. I do think, look, what I have noticed with Winks, when it comes to middle of the second half, he does start to kind of flap around a bit, make mistakes and stuff like that. So I think you'll see them Bentancur come on for Winks then. In terms of Kulu, I would say, 70? I reckon about 70 minutes, to be honest with you. DG, why are you? I hope you're not going off what I say to try and put a bet on, because, I'm only guessing here, my man. I'm only guessing. That's the truth. But, Sean, yourself, do you see the two boys getting much minutes today?
Yeah, well, Bentancur, or Dembencor, as we now call him, or Bento.
Uruguayan Dembele.
The nicknames are coming thick and fast.
Ben Teckers. Ben 10. Box to box Benny. There's loads of them.
The Bento box to box for sure is he's going to be on. I think he's going to get 35 minutes. 30 minutes. I think you'll see him 60 minutes, 62 minutes, somewhere in that bracket. Not long after the hour mark, I think Winks is going to get taken off, and you're going to see same as last time round. And then as far as Kulu, I'd love to see Kulu come on again. But do you think it's going to? I mean, listen, I think Conte's got this headache, this selection headache, where if he decides to give Lucas a break after an hour, if we're in the position where we can afford to do it, if it's not like a deliberate substitution because we're struggling, if it's just let's give the guy minutes, see what happens, like against Brighton, then I'd be if Bergwijn doesn't come on, if they bring on Kulu ahead of Bergwijn, what sort of message does that send to Bergwijn? And then you've got to bring off Sonny and Lucas to make way for both of them, and that's not a double substitution you ideally want to make unless you're in a very luxurious position to do so, because you completely disrupt the entire flow of the offensive line that would have been settled over the previous 60 minutes. So, for me, in the Brighton game, it was an okay thing to do where you made the two substitutions at the same time, and it worked out okay. Obviously, Bergwijn missed the sitter, and Kulu he had 2 chances for 2 assists. But I definitely think you'll see Kulu, but I think you'll probably see less. I think you'll probably only see 10 minutes of Kulu today, if I'm entirely honest. No,
could very well be that possibility, Sean. It very well could be. But look, I do hope that box to box Benny. Hopefully he does start against Wolves. I really want him to start when I'm there. I really do. But look, Sean, we are going to be ending off now in about 10 minutes' time, and I have one more guest to get through. Yep, so I really appreciate you being on. Couple of things before we go. Where can people find you? What is your channel about? Score prediction. And we want the nice police back out again. So big loud, come on, you Spurs, please.
So people can find me at Spurs Talk Show on Twitter, Spurs Talk Show, all one word, on YouTube, even though I put the spaces apparently on here. My channel is going to be, or is about, I've got you know, it's live streams with like reviews and previews and funny games and stuff. And it's a bit more, it's comedic, but it's also debates. So it's a little bit of blend of fun with also a little bit of a blend of like, you know, kind of heated debates and topics. And also I'm going to be doing financial stuff more and more. And also I have some coaches, some scouts and some agents that are going to come on and do interviews with me because I'm interested in that side of the game as well. So you can find me at Spurs Talk Show. In terms of the prediction, it's going to be 4-1 Tottenham. What was the last question? Oh, the come on you Spurs. Okay.
Yeah, let's get the nice police out.
Come on, you Spurs!
Let's get at it. Come on. Let's turn some saints into sinners. You know, let's turn Southampton's winning form into losers. Let's go. Big up, Shawnee. Everybody do get over and check out the Spurs Talk Show. All one word. Absolutely brilliant. What a man. And I honestly, you would not believe how much trouble he actually gets in off his neighbours just for doing that alone. So you got to respect the commitment, you know, to the pre-match pump-up and to Spurs and to the cause. What an absolute legend. But look, let's get on one more guest. Let's get on the last guest of the evening. Some say you saved the best to last, so let's get him on and let's let him prove that he is the best. Let's get him on. Who have we got? And we've picked Hennessy out of the pot. My man, how are you keeping? The only Hennessy I know is the drink, but how are you keeping, brother?
yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. How about yourself? How are you feeling about tonight?
Oh, man, I'm absolutely buzzing. I'll be honest with you, lad. I genuinely believe a big win is on the cards there. And look, I know a lot of people call me delusional at the best times, but I genuinely believe it today.
I think we'll win, and we will win by multiple numbers, but I don't think it's going to be as big as about 4 or 5. I think probably at the best, I think 3-0 is respectable.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid score that our team can easily achieve. And just like the gentleman just on before me, I'd definitely like to see Bentanka and Kulusevski. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I'd like to see them get a couple of minutes as well. Kulu.
What?
I was listening and I was like, who are they talking about? Who's Kulu? I was like, what are they talking about? I didn't understand the abbreviation. But no, yeah, I'd definitely like to see him get a few minutes. But you know, in Conte we trust. So he's the manager, he's the man. I'm sure he'll get us to wherever gets us the W.
No, 100%. Do you think maybe the whole idea behind starting Harry Winks was that we did start fast against Brighton, and maybe that's exactly what he's looking to replicate today, with the exact same lineup, and that in around 60 minutes is when Winks starts to kind of fade, and then he brings in Bentancur. Do you think that's exactly what he's going with today, maybe?
I think it's definitely it's more likely than him just saying, "Oh no, we don't want to start him," just for reason X and Y. I think it's easier to stick with something that and gradually introduce the new players who, like you said, if you've been in less than a week, maybe they're not. I mean, they're definitely skillful enough, but maybe in his system and his tactics, maybe they're not quite ready yet to actually be a starting member of the squad. And it's probably nice for the other players to know that the other players that they're with, they have chemistry. With Kulu and Bentancur, they're still building that up already, and they've had what 2 or 3 training sessions together. So and 10 minutes on the pitch. So, like I said, you've got to gradually integrate them in, but obviously we want them integrated sooner rather than later, and, try and get them starting as soon as possible.
No, for sure. But do you think that Bentancur does have the ability to really transform that middle in the lineup and provide maybe some ball progression that the other 3 maybe do lack?
I think I haven't actually watched much of him, so I can't really say. But from what I saw in just like the small 10 or 15 minutes that he was on, I definitely feel that he could probably. He wouldn't revolutionize the midfield for us, but I feel he'd definitely be better going forward than a majority of our options now. And personally, I would feel that having like him as a centre mid who has a lot more ability going forward, as opposed to Højbjerg, who can go forward, but we all know he's a bit more of a defensive, like holding box to box, doesn't really want to try and go too far. But I feel like Rodrigo would just be able to actually give us that extra bit of flair. I mean, it would not like an Eriksen type of flair, but from his prime days. But yeah, no, I think he definitely both good additions to the squad, and they're definitely adding depth, definitely adding skill. And I feel that we are a better team out of the window from those two signings coming in.
No, do you know what? I agree with you there. I really do. Honestly, how can anyone not look at the bit of skill that box to box Benny done on the edge of the box with the right foot, left foot, play it out? Honestly, it's like the guy was walking across hot coal. It was that quick. It was absolutely unbelievable. I can't wait to see this guy absolutely rip the Premier League up. But look, I suppose we're going to have to do. I don't really want to, so we'll keep this short and sweet. But Ward-Prowse, my man, Ward-Prowse, he has 6 goals and 5 assists this season, nearly all of them from set pieces. How important is it that we stay disciplined in and around our own area today?
I think it is going to be absolutely integral in our challenging and how aggressive we are. And it's going to have to be about safe, aggressive challenging. You don't want to, I mean, like, we saw it, I think it was last week or the week before, like his free kick ability is just stupid. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
So, you don't want to give him something that's just on the edge of the D. Because, I mean, Lloris is world-class, but, like, Ward-Prowse, he's got a decent boot on him. So I don't think you want to give him that opportunity. And they've got a few other players who also know how to play with the ball. So, I don't think they can be underestimated, which is why I've come out with saying, like, 2-3-0. If they get a goal, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they have a team that can attack. They have good wing-backs. Kyle Walker-Peters, I mean, you can't say he's not a threat at all.
Yeah. Speaking about Kyle Walker-Peters, he scored against City before the international break, scored against Coventry to put them through to the next round in the FA Cup. Is he a player that maybe we should have to worry about today, especially cutting in to have a shot, which they have been working on with him recently? And, would you take him back at Tottenham?
Oh, you put me right on the pedestal there. Right. Do you know what? I think, like a lot of previous Spurs players, like you said with Bale, it's like I wouldn't sacrifice a lot to have him, but if there was only a little bit, then I'd have him back. He'd be nice for addition. He may not be, like exactly what we want, but, if it can give us another option, you can't help but if you have more squad depth, then, you can't really complain. It gives Conte more options, more rooms to play about. And who knows, maybe it'll bring out the best, and maybe that'll bring out the best in Emerson. I mean, I think Emerson's been doing all right, really. I know a lot of people have been giving quite a lot of slack, but I think he's been doing all right, to be fair. I think everyone was expecting to come in and be like an absolute top-level wing-back and just be like, giving it on Kane's head, every single thing, or just doing 1-2s with Moura coming and dribbling. And it's like, what, he's 21? Yeah. Or 22? Yeah, 22. Very young guy.
I mean, Kyle Walker was loaned out Aston Villa at 22, and that's what I just think. I just think we need to. I do think we need to give this guy a bit more time. Look, to be honest with you, I see a bit of a culture developing in the fan base where straight away we're so quick to jump on these new signings back, and it's kind of like I get the frustration from before, but let's not put that on these guys who are being brought in to try and help the situation.
100%.
I've just
we're definitely the hardest fans to impress.
100%.
By a mile.
Yeah. Look, I mean, I know how hard it is. Well, it's not really hard to impress me. All you have to have is a good name, and I make a good nickname out of it, and then I'm your fan. But Spurs social media, I think, are trying to cut me out on the Harry Kane hair prediction because whoever the camera guy is, he's slacking. They didn't actually get a picture of the guys walking around, but there is a picture of Romero, and he does look good, by the way. Maybe he has had a word with Harry Kane to get the barber in. He's on fire. But just quickly before you go, is dropping points in games such as this one simply not an option if we want to remain in the driving seat for the top 4 place?
Well, personally, I don't think we're going to get top 4 this season. However, against mid-table teams, we should not be dropping points.
Yeah. No, I could not agree more. My man. Well, look, we got your score prediction. What did you say, 3-0? You going to change it after?
I'll say 3-1. Go on, 3-1. I'll say 3-1. I can respect Southampton's midfield.
No, smart choice, because we have conceded one against them in our over the last 5 games as well in every game. So we haven't kept a clean sheet. So you're probably smart choice. But look, my man, it's been an absolute pleasure.
That's where Romero comes in.
You go down. Oh, exactly, Romero, unbelievable. But look, my man, been a pleasure. Go and get the cans out of the fridge, sit back, enjoy the game, and hopefully we'll see you on here again after on the post.
I was about to say this is my first one, but it was a bit more enjoyable. I was shitting myself coming on.
Honestly, man, no need. I don't bite. I'm a sound guy. I just want to talk to Spurs fans and hear their opinions. So now that the first one's out the way, hopefully we'll get you on more, yeah?
Oh, rock and roll.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Big yourself up. Do come on after the game and have your say as well. This is what the We Are Tottenham TV channel is all about, lad. They just want to pull more people out of the first Spurs fan base and get them on and have their say. So you're an absolute shining light for that as well. But before we go, can I get a big come on you, Spurs?
Right, I'll give it a go, but I'll lean back because I don't have the best acoustics in the room. Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Big up Hennessy. Go and have a shot.
Let's go, boys.
Come on, let's have it. Come on, big up, my man. What an absolute legend. First time caller. No need to be nervous whatsoever. Everybody get in the love and show him some. Get in the comments and show him some love and tell him we want to see him on more. We want every Spurs fan base to come, or every Spurs fan to come out from behind the name and come on and have their say about what's going on at our great historic football club. But look, it is time to end. They're going absolutely nuts in the background. They do want me to wrap up. I will be ending up now, and it will be Ben and Josh King in the studio with you guys. So make sure you stay tuned. My score prediction, I'm gonna go 6-1 Tottenham. I'm gonna go 6-1 Tottenham. Maybe I've lost the plot, but all the stats I've seen and about them traveling away from home and stuff, it is not great. I do think they do like a big hiding once a season. I see Harry Kane on for firing. I see Sonny back to his best. Get back in the team as well, making them great runs. I think he's going to score a couple today. You've got Romero at the back. Anything they throw us, we're going to take it off them and dominate. But look, I cannot wait for this game. You guys shouldn't. Make sure you do stay tuned for the watch along with Ben and Josh King. As always, come on, you Spurs. I'm returning the saints to sinners. Let's go. Come on.